is ours.
Hey guys, Taro here, and today we are looking at a 2v2 from the second qualifier. This is a round 1 match. Spawning on the left we have Theodosios as the Soviets, straight away locking in guard mode coordination. Teaming up with them is Thanatos as the US forces, who straight away locks in airborne. On the right hand side, OKW player supajou.
Troops are standing by.
Playing as OKW, he has breakthrough, special operations and fortifications, and in the north we have haha hey hey smiley face is the LC player, who has Jaeger infantry, Jaeger armor, and assault support. This may not be familiar to you guys. This is Lemon. Haha hey hey is Lemon. And this is William. So we'll be referring to them as Lemon and William from now on. Though Lemon has been playing quite a lot on stream recently with Tonkatsu, the Korean player, and they've been having a lot of success, having a lot of good matches against Momo and CS, which seems to be frustrating Mo perhaps, but this is not that exact team. I think William not quite as good as Tonkatsu, so either way, I'm just going to be doing one match from this series as well, because I want to keep the content ticking over, but I hear that only one match from the series. This match is good, the other one's not so good, so we'll see how it shakes out. So, here is the M3 for Theodosios. Talked about so many times, really strong on this map, especially if you're on the same side as the OKW plays. Not actually though. He's on the north. I wonder if the Axis got to counterpick the spawns here. So they put the OKW player in the south further away from the Soviet player. Doesn't look like it's going to matter too much though. Still finding the Vaux grenadiers, force them away. Actually very unconventional as well. OKW player lost the race for the building. I guess the rear echelons got down there first, so OKW gets off to a bit of a slow start here. Uncharacteristic on this map, but the Allies did commit a lot to the south, and this allowed uncontested capping in the north there. Trying to get some sandbags down on the VP, but unsuccessful. Squad doing a bit of peekaboo, jumping in and out of the building, making sure that the Axis can't take control of it, trying to slow them down here, but that's just so much firepower. 5 squads there, can't stick around even in the safety of the building. More squads getting chased away. Grenadiers just going to work. These riflemen just don't stand a chance. This is too many grenadiers. M3 going for the wipe on the retreat though. Oh, Raketin misses close range. That would have gone down to small arms if that had landed. That's really unlucky at that range to miss. And this is just a full-on blob assault from the Axis here. Allies are going to need some suppression if they want to deal with this kind of fighting force concentrated in this small of an area. Going out to do some fringe capping, perhaps. Doesn't want to use the M3 with the Raketin on the field. Get this amount of health. It could die to one shot from the anti-tank gun, so gotta be careful. Wants to use it on the fringes until he can get some engineers to repair it. Henos now making their way to the north. Fighting against 3 grenadiers. This is probably a somewhat close fight, but there's actually like 4 models from those penals not firing, so he needs to get them into combat. And I think these guys have actually got slightly better light cover. It's a very awkward fight either way. Grenadiers though, until they get weapon upgrades, do get muscled out a little bit by the penal troops, so Looks like he's going to disengage there for the moment. He's actually gone for a 5 Grenadier build. This is Lemon, you know, he's got strats. He's got these 2v2 strats on lockdown. I sort of decided it's a good build on this map specifically. He will vary his map builds, unlike a lot of the other teams we've seen so far in this tournament. He's really good at these 2v2 strategies. And, you know, on this map it's very hard to use machine guns and team weapons. They get flanked so easily. Oh, that's a late retreat though. That Grenadier goes down. He actually retreats. 2 more squads come into the retreat path, so back down to 4 Grenadiers. Pretty close to a standard amount now. Try to get some mines down, but they get interrupted by the penal troops. Still got penals in the M3. They're heading to the north. Got to be careful. There are a lot of Fausts up here. So we're putting that mine down again. What's this M3 penal squad jumps out. Now all of the penal models will actually be able to fire, but yeah, they get bullied. 3 Grenadiers, even without the weapon upgrades. It's the 3v1. Not going to happen. In comes a Rifleman Assault. We also have an AA half-track for Thanatos about to hit the battlefield. Coming out of base right now. He's also going for a pretty early ambulance as well. This is a good option on this map. The base spawns are like quite close. You can share the healing. It looks like actually we're not going to see shared healing. He's gone healing as well as Theodosios. It's a bit unconventional, I feel. He also went for only 1 combat engineer and 4 penal troops. You don't see that too often. It's usually 1 extra combat engineer, 1 less penal troop. But it's actually working out pretty well. Because the natural enemy to the penal troop is suppression, but no suppression from machine guns at least. I do have the AA half-track right now. Oh my god! Kid misses the second shot. Not too unlikely at that range, honestly. And with this road here, we've seen so many kid shots just like hit into elevation of that road. Flame half-track meanwhile in the north. Torching out these penals. No PTRS upgrades. Okay, here comes the PTRS. It's in the M3. Classic counter. The 251. Do have a pack now coming in for Lemon as well. Sweeping up all these mines, and we've got the Puma here. Oh, the M3 goes down straight away, and 3 of the models inside die. So didn't manage to knock out the flame half-track. That's a bit unfortunate for the Theodosios. I feel like he didn't get that much value out of the M3. But the Allies are in a good position here. They've neutralized the fuel up here. They've got this one pretty much on lockdown as well. So Axis without fuel right now. They're in a bit of a tough spot. Theodosios is going to go for the T70. Not deterred by the sight of the Puma, which is the natural counter to it. Well, that's going to go down. And half-track's going to be able to chase that down easy. Hey, half-track is there. There's a few good hits in, but now the Puma's here. It has to get out of there. Ooh, but I think this was a mistake. Hey, half-track goes down. Just didn't have any squads nearby to support. Even if he did, like these, only one of them has the AT grenade. But, you know, if he left a half-track set up, the autocannon would have fired. Would he have beat the Puma? It's hard to say. Probably not, but it might have been worth an attempt. Because trying to run away, you know, there were just no supporting squads, no mines that he could bait it over. Just wasn't going to get away. Anyway, here comes T70. We do have some paratroopers being dropped in for Thanatos. Probably going to go with M1919s. I've seen that from him in the past, but Thompsons are also pretty viable on this map. You can get some flanks going. And they are especially strong like in the south here for VP control. Thompson paratroopers. Echelons rebuilt, and he's equipped them with some bazookas. Really need that before to help defend the A half track, but better late than never. Does need some anti-tank. Grenade goes in. No dodge, but behind heavy cover, half damage, so it doesn't kill anything there. T-70 chipping away. Pack repositions, but T-70 backpedaling here. Flame half track running in here, taking some shots from the T-70. The penals are there as well. He's playing very cautiously, perhaps expecting that he's getting baited into an anti-tank gun, which basically is the case here. So he's not diving in, not going for the chase. But either way, not that effective for the Allies through the middle here. Those Axis light vehicles have been doing some damage, and meanwhile they have been losing the north and the south. So things going not so smoothly for the Axis, for the Allies, because they lost their AA half track. And that seems to be the case. If you lose the AA half track when playing as US forces, that sets you back so big in these team games. I think, what we saw from Hans and DVM, the double US forces, perhaps that's the weakness. If you just knock out even just one of the AA half tracks, they were going double AA half track. If you knock out one of them early, just that loss of tempo alone, I feel like is enough for them to lose the game. Because US forces, late game options like double US forces are just not that strong. Really need rocket artillery in team games. And US forces, the Calliope is just not quite strong enough. Got some bars on these riflemen though, and they are fighting very effectively here. Upgraded weapons. It's actually one thing Lemon doesn't have too many of. 2 LMGs. Whereas we've seen like bazookas, bars. Does make me think the Allies have had better munitions control to this point. I don't think we've seen any tellers either. M1 mortar for Thanatos. Remember, we're still pre-USF balance changes, so side ticking to the captain not quite as viable yet. Which is why we saw him, get the bazooka re-echelons, paradrop in a anti-tank gun, and go for a mortar instead of a pack howitzer, because he doesn't really want to lose 50 fuel side ticking to get access to the anti-tank gun, and the pack howitzer can slow down his tanks because he does need tanks. He's not just going straight for the Pershing like we've seen a lot of other teams do. Panzer IV in production for Lehman. William has gone for special operations, so we're going to see the command panther from him. It's just what he does between now and then. Decides, will he go for a walking Stuka right now? Or will he try to tech up? Yeah, I've seen some people, tech up, even going for mechanized first and try to put their tech structure down on the VP, try to lock it down early. Just, it has sometimes left to them being dead, but it does lead to a lot of map control as well. Jumps out of the building before the satchel charge goes off, and the building gets flattened as a result. Here comes the walking Stuka. Oh god. Okay, not a bad barrage there for the first. So I didn't even realise he built that. I thought from the amount of fuel he had, like he wouldn't have built it yet, but that's actually, yeah, he didn't go for the looks as well. Maybe that's what's throwing me off. Oh, bunker as well. Interesting angle. shutting down this flank here in frontal assaults. Mortar team blasting out this machine gun in the building. One more mortar shell and that machine gun could go down if the mortar shell lands like around here. Yep, and there it goes.
A gun crew has been
Yep, definitely late exit from the building there. Ends up costing him the machine gun. Oh, Penal's got a bar. Does that mean rifle squad went down? Perhaps not. Did he go for a 4 rifle start? Maybe he did. Either way, Penals with the bar really strong because their veterancy bonuses, they've got 2 accuracy bonuses, you see there, Vet 2 and Vet 3, to make up for basically the fact that they don't have a weapon upgrade. But that means if they pick up a weapon upgrade, they are just super strong with it. Those accuracy bonuses apply to the weapon upgrade. Ooh. And well timed there. Anti-tank gun shot goes off, then the anti-tank grenade goes in, results in engine damage. If the anti-tank grenade landed before the anti-tank gun shot, of course that wouldn't result in engine damage. So well timed from Thanatos. Trying to cover a few more of these more beginner tips, just because the game's free. You may have seen the announcement. 75% off all DLC as well. So get those commanders you don't own. But yeah, I'll cover a few of the tips for the beginner players. Oh, that was a huge walking Stuka barrage. 8 kills. So I think I had 3 before, so 5 kills with that one. And he's gonna steal it. Heavy mortar going the way of the Axis, sealing away that weapon team. Not if the T-70 has anything to say about it. No, looks like it's gonna get away. Axis capping in the north. Allies capping in the south, though they are cut off right now. Those territories are not joined. Comes the Flamer half track, and away goes the infantry of Theodosios. P4 off the battlefield briefly for repairs. Walking Stuka, he backs it all the way back to base. Very safe in this position. T-3485 in production for Theodosios, hitting that at a reasonable timing.
Marking and targeting of vehicles is now available.
I actually put down a fuel cache as well. Yeah, I say reasonable timing, like this definitely could have been earlier, but also could have been later. 1919s. No match. The Panzer IV's armour. Have to get out of that building. Panzer IV doing a really good job hiding behind this building. This anti-tank gun just can't find an angle to get a shot off here. T-70 making a good assault from the north. Gonna get around the side of this bunker, knock it out. Machine gun, gonna have to reposition. Oh, and that's going to open up the door for a penal to come through this side. They get suppressed just before the bunker comes down. And he slightly re-angles this machine gun. Good control of the machine guns here from William. Needs to refocus onto this. And he does. So that's a good shutdown of that assault. Meanwhile, Flame Half-Track finding some angles here. AT gun repositioning. Oh, but he set it up facing this direction, and in come the Grenadiers. He's going to try and knock out this anti-tank gun. Looks like it's going to go down here. T-3485 comes in. Panzerfaust doesn't cause engine damage. Anti-tank gun sets up, gets one shot off. Just needs one more shot to kill the half-track, but he's playing very conservatively with his T-3485 here. Even against the slightly damaged Panzer IV. At the very least, he needs to make sure that this anti-tank gun doesn't get destroyed here. It's coming back in. Oh my god, just commit. maybe he's worried about a Rakiden creeping up or something, but he just allowed his teammates' anti-tank gun to die there. There's going to be no repercussions here. No anti-tank guns moving up in support. He doesn't know that, but I think it would have been worth it to try and save anti-tank gun there. Just play a little bit more riskily with this tank, especially with the support that was coming in. Jackson wasn't too far behind, would have been able to chase down the Panzer IV. Things got a little bit dicey there.
We are losing a sector.
But yeah, things are actually looking really good for the Axis team here. Have a slightly larger army, as you can see here. We've got 10 more supplies so on this, and then another 10 more on this. So that's 20 supply more, which is a pretty big lead combined in these team games.
Ready for action.
Have the walking Stukas as well, so they're the first ones to start winning the rocket artillery war. They have gone for a slightly unconventional build though, going for the Panzer IV. We've seen most teams rush the Bumbeer. Uh-oh. Double packs are there though. Double packs getting a little bit close to these riflemen. Jackson has to be really cautious with the double anti-tank guns right there. Try and find an angle now. Can't quite get it going, and walking Stuka coming in. Ooh, no! Oh, that is heartbreaking for Thanatos. He got out of the building expecting it to be targeting the building, and they got annihilated. They're all clumped up coming out of the door. A couple rockets, down they go. Would have been better if he just stayed in the building or got out the other side as well. That was an option, but it didn't happen. Squad down, and that actually must mean, oh, he's so close to V1 with that now. So he's a pixel more experience. You couldn't get any less experience and not result in veterancy there. That's kind of unlucky because Vet 1 does result in a cooldown bonus, so it would have been able to fire us off another salvo of rockets a bit earlier. Just got a tiny bit more experience there. Axis also go for a fuel cache. Command Panther hitting the field just hits 12 CPs and has pretty much the perfect amount of resources for it. Lehman has also ticked, and he's going for a Panther himself, so they are kind of beefing up their anti-tank stocks here. 2 Panthers, 2 anti-tank guns for Lehman as well. But no Rakidens though for William. Did have one at one stage, but that did just get overturned to Theodosios. So, oh, he's actually gone for a second Puma. I didn't notice that. Okay, well that is yeah, quite the armoured fighting force for the Axis here. Makes me think they might try and play a little bit aggressively with their armour. Have to be careful of mines. I do see 1 or 2. Boomers of course have really good line of sight. Spotting that T-70 long range and outranging it as well. Rakiden is here set up in stealth mode, so that could be a deciding factor, but it looks like William and Lehman now are going to try and make an assault in the north. Meanwhile, there are 2 Jacksons down here in the south. Very strong against vehicles of the Jacksons. Hopeless against infantry. Okay, here we go. They are getting a little bit aggressive. Rakiden gets 1 shot off, then retreats. Only on 3 men and low health as well. Doesn't want to stick around and risk losing it. Yeah, there's a mine there. Okay, we have the anti-tank rocket strafe coming in for Thanatos. Stuka also comes in anti-tank rocket strafe. Oh, I think he was hoping it'll kill the Panzer IV there. It doesn't. So that's 240 munitions down the drain. Since they nerfed the damage on this, it has seemed a little bit underwhelming, the P-47 rocket strafe. Has to be said. It does seem to be worse than the Stu Close Air Support and cost a little bit more. So I think they nerfed the damage by 30%. Maybe could afford to go back up by another 10%. Just needs, yeah, I think it needs to do a little bit more for its cost. Or they could make it cheaper, maybe drop it down to 200. Would also be a reasonable option, I think. Yeah, good. Charging in there against the low health squad. Katyusha rockets heading to the north. Looking for the Stern Pioneer. There's two models there. Retreat tower there before he loses the squad. Double T-34-85s heading to the north here. Chasing away the Panther. Penal squad's also chipping away with the PTRS anti-tank rifles. Now going after the Pumas. Taking a bit of machine gun damage here though. And machine gun set up as well. Let's press this in, they have to get out of there. I'm not sure, that must have been a misclick. Didn't mean to retreat his Raketen there, that's unfortunate. Double Jacksons in the south. One of them, already taken one shot though. Looks like these trees have actually been knocked down to some extent. Panther can crush, it does have heavy crush. I'm not sure when they added that, but... So it looks like the Panther's crushed these trees a little bit, which has opened up this vision. These paratroopers do some damage here. Panthers do some damage to the Panther. P4 charging in here. Takes one shot. Rifleman not quite quick enough on the anti-tank range. No, he does get it off. Puma's now heading to the south here. Got the flares up as well. He's not safe. The Axis have sight of this repairing Jackson. They might try and catch it off guard. They've called in there's loiter. Pinning loiter. Looks like his squad of riflemen went down. Double T-34-85s, and they find the rear armor of the Panther there. Get two good hits in. They need two more to kill it, so they decide to disengage because they are aware that basically all of the Axis armies here in the south have anti-tank guns, and without the infantry support they just can't force away these anti-tank guns. It's very risky to run in with their tanks unsupported. So they play cautiously. But yeah, that was an interesting attempt with these Stuka planes because they had sight of the repairing Jackson. I think they're hoping that the planes would suppress the crew, and because the crew would have been suppressed, they wouldn't have been able to get back in the vehicle, and they might have been able to steal it. It's like a cheeky attempt at a vehicle steal there, I think. Oh no, Lieutenant sticks around too long. Flame half track, chasing him for the kill here. Oh, but he doesn't quite get it, and now the Flame half track looks like it's going to go down. Double Jacksons. Yeah, there it goes.
The enemy has dealt us a blow.
Pum has to get out of there. Those double Jacksons so scary for any vehicle. That gun is crewed by penal troops. I suppose there's only like 3 shooting models. But might have actually been able to fight the Vaux Grenadiers, funny as it seems. Team Ripping crews generally rubbish in combat, but not when it's been recruited by a penal squad. Kind of like the Raketen of old days when it was crewed by regular Volksgrenadier models. That should be effective. Nice grenade into the retreat path. This front model, he tries to go for a satchel. Might get the second squad. He does. Nicely done there. Throwing grenades and satchel charges into the retreat path of those squads. Definitely should have chased with one of those 85s. That was a mistake. Probably should have been able to get both squads there. And the Axis, these last few engagements, they seem to be coming a little bit unglued. The Allies are basically caught up in army size now. These double Jacksons are really going to be a big hurdle for the Panthers. The Jacksons, though they have less health, you know, their penetration is second to none. And they have a 10 range advantage. Got some major artillery coming in. But Allies right now, triple cap across the map. Force the Axis entirely off. We do have a Brumbier now from Lemon, so that's going to help against the infantry. But yeah, they have been just forced completely off the map. We're just going to have to be very diligent with his anti-tank gun positioning. And they're just crushing all of this terrain. Lieutenant charging forwards, but yeah, I mean, he doesn't have an anti-tank grenade, so what's he going to do? Nothing. Katyusha now timing. Oh, these units as they come out of base. Ooh, and he gets a lot of models there. Looks like the Panthers perhaps thinking about chasing in, going for the kill on it. Backs away. Too much anti-tank. The camouflage Raketen was there. Pack's now moving their way through the middle. Looks like the Jacksons are slugging out, and they knocked out the Panther there. There's 3 Jacksons. The third Jackson must have been the surprise factor there. Oh man, what's Lemon doing? Charging in here against 3 Jacksons. Perhaps trying to bait one of them into these packs, but he could lose his Panzer IV here as a result of this bait attempt. Yep, the third Jackson comes in from the side, destroys him. Double pack setting up here. Might be able to get the kill, and just needs one more shot. Probably going to have to be in attack rounds, and he gets it. Well done there by Lemon. One of the packs gets decrewed, but definitely need to get some revenge there for Deep Panzer IV and Panther. But the recon flares up now as well. But yeah, Double Jackson's still doing some good damage. Looks like the Pumas have opened the door in the north a little bit, but because there was that crazy Katyusha barrage in the middle, doesn't actually have any squads up here right now. They had to go back for healing and reinforcement. Going out of base now again. So Katyusha doing Vet 1 now, 8 kills. Pretty good. Good T-34 85 for Theodosios. Double packs. Getting smoked out there. Trying to retreat them safely. Stuka must be just about ready to fire. He's brought it up onto the front lines. Oh, but this could be very dangerous. Double Jackson's making their way down here. Okay, he's backing away now that the packs are zoning out there. Tanks. This Katyusha barrage not quite as fruitful, but that last salvo of rockets result in a couple of kills. Tricep tech right here on the front lines. That's very risky. It's got to be life grenade timing, right? Grenade goes one way from the paratroopers. Doesn't dodge it. A little bit forwards on the squad. Grenadiers might be able to win this though. They do have high veterancy, Vet 3 versus Vet 1. paratroopers were coming into that fight on only 4 models. But 6 maybe they would have been able to outright win. He still might have been able to win, but didn't want to take the risk. Tech structure is up and the allies are now well aware of it after it fires a few of their squads. The Axis still haven't managed to make their way back out to a fuel point though, and they've been suffering a triple cap for a long time. The allies have been turning the VP score around like crazy for the last couple of minutes. Oh, he actually goes for an artillery field officer. So that's where that smoke barrage came in from earlier. Remember, these do have the MP40s, so you have to get them really close range to do damage. Not ideal in this kind of late game situation. LNG is much stronger. Close range Shusha. Infantry's going to try to run right past the double Pumas. Pumas need to use target weak point. He pops smoke though. Mine is there. Command Panther briefly exposing its rear. Rumbeer also could be in trouble from the Jacksons. Puma's not going to chase in. I think this one hit a mine. It's going to have to back away. So all that fighting and all of the T-34-85s got away. Just really needed to get a kill there, but didn't quite come to fruition. These units actually shooting at this squad back here. Is that a mistake? I want to shoot the squad right in front of you. Most accuracy, close range. Yeah, the squad. Have they got double bars? They do, right? Somehow managed to pick up double bars on Grenadiers. It's something you see every day. Some more major artillery coming in there. Panther taking some shots from the Rocket and having to back away. Doesn't want to take a sticky satchel. That could be disastrous. Double packs making their way up here though. T-34-85 needs one more shot to kill, but he's not going to get it. And the satchel kills the advancing anti-tank gun. Stuka's trying to shut down this infantry assault here in the south. Jacksons look like they're going to make a push onto the tech structure. Try and knock that out whilst all these packs have been decrewed. And it looks like the tech structure is going to go down. Axis calling in the pinning planes, but it's not going to stop the Jacksons and the infantry planes. Good, well-timed assault there, knowing that all the Axis anti-tank is up here in the north. Pushing in, knocking out that tech structure. Push through the south. And Lemon just lost so much in that, you know, lost the pack. To Satchel, lost the pack in the middle as well. It's just really come unglued for the Axis in the last 10 minutes. They started so strong, we're winning the game. Just those engagements with the Panther, Lemon losing his first Panther, and then they haven't been able to knock out quite as many medium tanks as they need to. Long range. Oh, and he gets a white with it too. So unlucky for Lemon. Boomer trying to do a cheeky. I think he's trying to maybe come around this way to knock out Katusha, but it doesn't quite come to pass. And now Penal's coming in with the sticky satchel threat. Forcing away the Pumas. One of them goes down there thanks to that mine. I've got the anti-tank rocket strafe coming in. So back the Axis tanks once more. We're having some issues here. Not sure what he's doing. Oh my god, and because of all those spins and turns, he ends up losing it to the Jacksons pushing in there. Oh man, that is just unfortunate. team gets out of there. Anti-tank plane's about to run out. Oh, the 3 Jacksons all land on the Panther. It's trying to get away, and it does. Double packs though. Some good damage to the Jacksons in return. Puma and Command Panther push in a little bit, but gotta be careful. Even though he's got the Vet 2 armor bonus, those Jacksons are so scary. Back to the repair base. Repair up those Panthers. Axis just having no joy trying to cap in the south and the north. Trying to focus on the middle, but even that's not going too well for them.
The enemy is now at 75 points.
What is this machine gun doing? Now it's going to start just suppressing. Oh my god, this could be the Katyusha barrage of doom. Oh, one of the anti-tank guns goes down. The other one just going to squeeze its way forwards out of the rocket zone. Once again, Lemon losing another pack. This could make things tricky. He doesn't actually have any squads coming up to be able to recrew it either. Squad goes down in the north to all these penals. Axis is coming unglued, as I said. Don't know what happened. They started so strong and now everything's just fallen to pieces for them. But it is very tricky to control this many units in the late game. Uh-oh. It's out of there, no trouble. Look at all these decrewed team weapons here. The Axis want to stop them falling into enemy hands. Oh, nice mortar shot. Oh, when he gets the white, that's exactly what the Axis need to start clawing their way back into this match. And Stuka ready to fire once more. Triple Jacksons are fully healed. So are the T-3485s. Makes me think the Allies are going to make some aggressive play. You see the recon planes for them. That's the major recon pass coming in there. They're going to get the lay of the land before they make their big tank push here. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're going after this Panther first. One of the 3 shots connect long range. Now they're just going to knock out this decrewed pack. As I said, Lemon just never found a chance to recrew it. So it's a big chunk of manpower down the drain for him. Stuka coming in. Some decent damage there. Just did briefly cap here in the south, and it looks like they're going to be able to hold on thanks to the artillery officer and grenadiers. Panther looks like it's trying to find an angle around the side here. Got the pinning plane coming in, suppressing all this infantry. Giddens also creeped up, trying to get some free shots on these Jacksons, but Jacksons aren't having a bar of it. Look at how much damage they're doing to it. Just tries to poke forwards and then pull back, but Jacksons are in position to do the damage. Panther's going to be out of commission for repairs for a long time now.
The command vehicle has converted to a static building.
Oh, McKinnon's crept really far forwards here. I think the command Panther's going to spot it right now. We'll force it away. No, the Allies somehow win this in the south. How did that happen? Maybe a grenade? No grenades even, I'm not sure. Command Panther trying to duke it out. Does have superior sight and range to these T-3485, so try and take advantage of that. Get some free damage in. Because even if he doesn't kill them, if he damages them so they're out of commission for repairs, come next big tank fight, that could be the deciding factor in the match.
50 points remaining.
Yeah, you hear that, 50 points left for the Axis. They're in some trouble here. Stuka barrage! This could be the mother of all walking Stuka barrages! Oh my god! One of the squads managed to get back in, but almost destroys all the Jacksons. That's got to be the green light for the Axis. They've got to go in there and try to kill these tanks before they can get recruited by some new squads. Looks like the Puma's going to try charging in there and go for the kill first. T-3485 is rotating around now. Puma going in. Can the Puma kill them all? One goes down. Puma, can it get the second one? Pop smoke. Misses the attack ground through the smoke. Oh, misses the second shot as well, and it goes down to an attack ground from the T-3485. Panther's pushing in now. No squads here with anti-tank grenades, so the Panthers can afford to be a little bit aggressive. Where are those anti-tank guns for the Axis? They're wheeling the ways up now. T-3485 is trying to hold the line. The kid now squaring up. T-3485 is penetrating a lot against the Panther, getting a little bit lucky here. And that just died instantly. These double paratroopers with the M1919s just destroyed the anti-tank gun in a split second. They're both Vet 3. Their damage output is insane. Command Panther goes down. These T-3485s are getting really lucky with their penetrations here. Oh, and the Panther misses the killing blow in return. Heartbreak for the Axis. Coming up to the machine gun back there. Still a wounded Jackson here, but I think it's at more than 100 health, so Panzerfaust won't do the job. And man, 4 models down to T-3485. Those things just got extremely lucky, I have to say, in that last engagement. It's the Panther's armor that's really not common. Looks like he's trying to target these appearing squads, but not going to happen. Alarm going off there, gotta go do something. But not until this game's over.
Target vehicle marking available.
Man, those double M1919 paras, man. Oof. They were shredding. I think when paratroopers, so as you can see, the variance is not actually like that amazing. 25% accuracy. Like LNG Grenadiers get 40%, I think it is. Weapon cooldown and received accuracy. So those are about the standard like bonuses there. So yeah, the accuracy bonus is a little bit lower than average, I would say. The Allies also called in the P-47s. I'm not really sure what they're trying to target, but maybe they're trying to zone out the Axis from the middle, try and drain off those last 24 VPs. Gotta be careful, sometimes the planes stick around for a little bit long after the ability's ended, so you don't want to come in too quickly. So you can still see those 2 planes flying around, so don't risk it. Planes are still flying around, even if the circle's gone. They might target you. Panther pushes forwards. Axis do manage to get the neutralizer in the middle, but how long can they hold on? T-3485 is pushing through the north. Oh man, I think I just forgot to micro his command Panther here. 2 rear armor hits on the Panther. And then a frontal penetration, down it goes. And with that, the hopes of the Axis are sunk officially. Oh, the Axis got off to a really strong start this game. But a couple dicey engagements around the 30-minute mark. They lost their Panthers. Didn't get enough in return. And then honestly, I feel like they got a little bit unlucky. Like, I feel like these T-3485s ran really well when it comes to frontal penetrations on Panthers, which is by no means guaranteed. I feel like they had just a bit of luck. Also a bit of luck the other way, where T-34s, 85s escaped on one shot from death a couple times, which ultimately might have been the deciding factor of this match. Was pretty close. Did seem like Theodosios and Thanatos, though, did have superior control of their large armies. Like when they were close to 100 out of 100, their control of their large army was much better, I think, overall than the Axis. So I think that was also a deciding factor. But the Axis, you know, they did get off to a really strong start and a good strategy in the early game. Just couldn't quite hold the momentum to carrying through for the win. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye. Good luck.